And our team coverage now continues with Mark Namick, who's here with us right now. Mark, of course, you're going to be at Justin Bibb's headquarters later on tonight. Justin Bibb, 34 years old, no political experience, in many ways came out of nowhere. How did this happen?
Well, he did. And first I want to say I feel guilty that I'm warm and Lena is out there being cold, but I'll be cold later, I promise. Bibb has boasted about the fact that he doesn't have that experience, which sets him aside as the outsider. He talks and says the word vision quite a bit. He has done it by meeting one-on-one with voters. He has calculated, hundreds of meet and greets that started off on Zoom during the pandemic with about 10 people, grew where he had, 20, 100 people on these Zoom calls. He's been around the city, and let's not forget that background of talking about a vision helped him raise more than $1 million, and that certainly plays a big role in your ability to land in the second spot, or one of the two spots. Let's not forget he was first coming out of the primary with 7 people, 5 of which all had political experience. So it says voters are looking for the outside view. He continues to play it up.
Well, the mayor's race, not the only thing voters have to consider today. There's city council that's also on the ballot. What do you know about all that?
Yeah, and it's easy for city council to get ignored when you have such a dynamic mayor's race, but we have more women running for city council than we've ever had before, and we have competitive races in about 9 of those seats, and we could see very close races in places where we've had longtime West Side or near West Side Councilman Anthony Brackatelli, who's being opposed by an attorney, Rebecca Maurer. That race was separated by 80 votes in the primary. We have one in Ward 5, which is Richard Starr from the Boys and Girls Club taking on a recently appointed councilwoman, replaced Phyllis Cleveland, who left to work in the utilities department. So those 2 races right there, a handful of votes, lots there to watch tonight.
It's a serious power shift that's going to be taking place in the city of Cleveland.
Yes, and I think we will also talk later about issue 24, which gets into the police, and that's another very big shift, as you point out, in some of the power in the city.
Yeah, and when you talk to people about this happening in Cleveland who live in the suburbs and say they're not really paying attention, trust me, hey, so goes Cleveland, so goes this entire area.
And that is the number one question at every
everybody.
soccer game I'm at is who's going to be in charge of Cleveland, which is, our downtown, the lakefront, future of jobs. It's a big deal.
Greater Cleveland is what it's called, and there's a reason why. All right, Mark, thank you so much.